take her life. So, how does the media portray black women? Too sexy? Too much trouble? Let's find out.
I was approached by Marcia Dixon, who's the editor of Keep the Faith, to actually put a story together about being a single black woman. I thought, okay, why not? If you grow up with no father figure and you've got a very strong woman, as in a very strong mother who's literally the provider, the teacher, the carer, the nurturer, all in one, as well as that father figure in a sense, you tend to find that people who have grown up in that setting tend to be quite strong-minded themselves. I think that some men may see that as aggressive, some men may be turned off by it. I've been told by some of my male friends that I need to act a bit more like a lady. I don't know exactly what that means, but I'm assuming that means acting a bit more, taking a bit of a back step with things, letting a man be a man. Instead of, if he offers to pay, don't you go charging in there saying, I'll pay half, I can do it myself. Take a back seat every now and again, but it's quite hard to do that for me personally. I don't take any nonsense, really.
There's nothing wrong with being independent. Nothing wrong with that, yeah? A woman choose who she wants to go to at the end of the day.
I think in a relationship, it's about a team. Whether that is husband, wife, children, it's all about a team. And it's about what is best for this team. I think you can only win big with a great team. Media plays a big role in terms of what men seek as a beautiful woman, what men seek as a beautiful partner. You have someone that go for like the show person, that they want to have a trophy on their arm, and there's someone that go for the inside. The media, it's like they define what is beauty in today's world, and then we start looking for what is beautiful. Like a lot of people think Beyonce is beautiful because she looks so natural, but me as a makeup artist, I know the amount of work that's gone into her look is tremendous. So again, it's not a true reflection. Again, we need to not necessarily look at always the outside beauty and look at it from inside out.
Media does play a part, as number one, they're not projected in a strong light on TV, so you don't see much, so it's not a thing was on the forefront of your mind because it's held back. It's almost like a suppression. Out in the community, you're always meeting more and more black women, but on TV you don't see them, and if you do see them, there is either in a negative light or they're in the background. What you see is what you try to emanate to. If you're not seeing it, you've got nothing to look forward to or emanate to.
Statistics show that 52% of black men in the UK marry outside their race. Does the media play a part, or is it just reflecting society? Magazines like Nuts, FHM and the dailies rarely show gorgeous black women. Celebrity magazines, on the other hand, often show high-profile black stars with white wives and girlfriends. And it seems that if they want to be seen to have someone worthwhile, then white is the way to go.
Black men say they date outside their race because they find it difficult to approach black women, or that black women will approach them. But I think that's a bit of an excuse, really.
The experiences I've had when I've gone to a nightclub and I've asked a black girl out, it's the way they look at you sometimes, I get them up and down look like, well, let me look at him from head to toe and see if he's dressed right, or is he dancing right, and then they'll just turn away.
I can't imagine that there's black women are so unapproachable, that men would find it difficult to approach them.
Not even, no thanks, I don't want to dance. They just look the other way, or some of them just completely move away.
I mean, if that's the case, then how come men of other races can approach them? Black men have not been traditionally treated very well. Actually, they've been treated much worse in a way than women sometimes. I'm talking about in white society, for example, where the black male is seen as a threat, and perhaps it's to fit in with society that men would tend to choose white women. So maybe that's part of the problem.
When I went to school over here, my teacher at the age of 10 showed me an African on the blackboard. He was a stick man with a spear in his hand, and he can say, "Ooh, ooh, ooh." He has no language. And then there's a big pot with white people in it, and a big salt and pepper pot beside it. when you see an image of yourself as a black person, and you're told somewhere you're a cannibal, and you're uncivilized, and that's what you think of yourself, and then you look at another nation as full of, you know, godliness and purity, white as snow, whatever else, then if you're affected by that type of education that I had, then you'll find a white woman and think you've got the best thing since sliced bread. You've got a lot of celebrities who date white women, and I think the message that sends back to a lot of black children particularly is, this man has got all the money in the world, or, you know, everything you could possibly want. He's got the best of everything. So the best must be a white girl because he's got the best, and that's what they're showing. And if you're affected by these images, then you may act a particular way.
Hip-hop, dance and R&B videos often show black women in a